Howdy, howdy, howdy. Oh, there we go. All right. How's everybody doing tonight? Nice to see everybody here. Let's see if I can find. Oh, it's so much fun trying to see the comments. So that's why I go over to my other side. But thank you to everyone who's watching. If you're here, I'd love a hello. So I know you're there. There we go. Let's try that. Okay. So let's get started. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. It's Cathy here with my Tuesday night spiritual tea talk. I'm excited to be talking about the moon tonight. I know it's a full moon, and there's lots of energies going around. I posted something in my Facebook group as well about the next kind of 7 months with this strawberry moon, bringing in lots of changes and good things for us. So hopefully that's true, or that is what happens for you. But I thought I would just talk about the moon and how it all works, or at least my perception of the moon's energy and how we can work with it. So let me introduce myself. Of course, I'm Cathy with Steep Tea or Sipology. I've been selling quality loose leaf teas and tea accessories. Hi, Kimberly. Maybe it's morning where you are, it's evening where I am. So, but thank you for joining me. Um, uh, and I've been with that company 10 years, and just love all of the variety of teas that they offer, as well as these fun tea accessories. But there's a whole bunch of other things like kombucha kits, and now we have a whole line of wellness teas, and then we have boosters or vitamins as well too. So there's lots of wonderful things in that catalog if you're interested in tea. And yes, Kimberly says the moon was beautiful. Yeah, it was quite bright last night when I let our dogs out for the last time last night. It was quite bright here and quite beautiful. So I'm hoping tonight too to see it and to feel that energy of what's going on with the moon. And of course, as I continue to introduce myself, I'm a tea leaf and tarot reader. I picked up the tarot card for the moon, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes too. But yeah, I provide 30 or 60-minute tea leaf readings for people that kind of feel like they're at crossroads. So you're not sure which way to go, or you feel like there's a bunch of balls in the air, and what's the best way to kind of move forward, or how do I get kind of unstuck. Those are usually my clients. I help people feel a little bit clearer and a little bit lighter in moving forward in what they're doing. So, all right, let me get started here. Margaret's here as well. Thank you. I wanted to talk about the moon. I mean, of course, because tonight is a full moon for us here, and a lot of people, I think, get confused on the difference between the energies of the full moon and the energies of what we call a dark moon. So the dark moon is when we can't see the moon at all. There's no visible light being shined. Sorry, my vocabulary here. And so we can't see any of the moon. So that's called a dark moon. So when we get the dark moon, that's a really good time for us to make wishes. So we kind of decide what we'd like to manifest in the next 2 weeks, which is when the full moon comes, and then the full moon makes everything bigger. So we're moving the moon kind of, is getting bigger until we get to the full moon. And then once we get to the full moon, it kind of gets smaller again. And again, it's perception. It's not actually changing sizes. But so at the full moon, we actually release things, because now the moon is going to appear smaller as the days go along. So we then make releasing, which is what today is. So I had seen a post earlier about this was a good time for relationships. So we're in a Sagittarian moon too. So each moon goes through the zodiac signs as well. So if there was some past boyfriend or husband or relationship that either you didn't treat yourself well or they didn't treat you well, this is a good moon to actually release that energy and let go of those emotions or the energy that you're holding on about that relationship. So it's a really good time to be releasing and to be letting go of all of those things that we kind of carry along with us, unless we are willing to let it go, right? So I'm thinking of Heather. My friend Heather always says, make like Elsa and let it go. So hopefully everybody else knows the reference to the Disney now Frozen, there we go, Frozen movie. But yeah, it's very important that we don't keep these energies with us, that we allow them to go. We say thank you for whatever lesson or thank you for whatever you brought up to me, but it's no longer time for me to carry this with me anymore. So I thought immediately of a past boyfriend, and I'm more than willing to let a lot of that energy and a lot of my naivety go, and forgive myself as well for a lot of the choices I made back when in my early 20s, right? So, but let's get back to the moon and what the tarot has for the moon. So anyone that doesn't know, the tarot card that I use was actually designed in 1980s, mid 80s. So this is based on Greek gods, but not necessarily this particular card. But you see the girl there, and she's got many faces, and the goat, I'm assuming it's a goat as opposed to a dog, has many faces on it too. So to me, when we look at the tarot and the moon, it's about seeing things that we haven't seen before. So I'll say the sun, but the moon comes in and provides a little bit of light in that dark night, and we're able to see things, or we're able to do things that we weren't able to do before. Like it just shines that light. It provides some reference for us to be able to move forward, for us to be able to see things that we hadn't seen before. So this is what the moon card in particular is showing here, her seeing things from different sides, and maybe she hadn't noticed something before, and now she's able to focus on that. So all right, now the moon card from my tea leaf fortune cards, and anybody that has been following me as well knows that I love these cards. So the moon in this card actually says changes in your life. So it means that something's coming in. And again, it still gives me that feeling of there was something that you didn't see before, or something you weren't aware of, and now there's an opportunity for a change, or an opportunity for something new to come in, new light, new opportunities with the moon. So those are my interpretations of what the moon cards mean. And certainly you can see they're similar, but yet very different. Again, it all depends on who's creating the card and who the writer is, and then again the reader and how they interpret what those cards mean. And having different cards around might have a different meaning for what's going on, but I always like the fact that I see the moon, and then it makes me think that that we're able to see things, or we're able to move forward where we weren't able to move forward again. So the moon illuminates that as well. So, all right. So the other thing I wanted to mention about the moon, and I don't know whether anyone has used this before, but if you actually want to cleanse your crystals, putting them out during a full moon will actually release some of the negative energies that was them, and give them kind of a moon bath, shall we call it. So your crystals in the morning should be ready to go, re-energized, and provide you with a clearer energies than if you use them a lot, they can kind of get stagnant as well. And one of the other things that one of my friends had talked to me about is the fact that um, uh, they have done what they call moon water. So you take a glass jar, and you leave the jar sitting on your windowsill or outside for the night, and then now you've got the energy of the moon in this water. So some people drink it. I actually use my moon water in my readings, so that's what I fill up my water that I use the readings for. And I feel like it just is a little more energized and a little bit purer for me to use that as opposed to just plain old tap water for when I'm making my tea leaf readings. So anyways, there's a couple things about the moon. If you had any questions, I'm always happy to share my point of view anyways, and share what I feel is going on. Again tonight, let's release and let go of the things that we don't need in our lives anymore. And hopefully you all enjoy this strawberry moon. And I'll remind you too, if you would like a 30 or 60-minute tea leaf reading, you can do that through the link. I actually did provide a link with my in the introduction, so you can actually go there and check out my schedule. Or if you enjoy these too, I always invite people to send me a tip or send me stars now on Facebook. That's an option as well. So I do appreciate you guys. No obligation, but I do love what I do and the ability to be here and talk about these things with you guys. So always up for a conversation and always willing to hear other people's point of view too about things. All right, have a nice full moon and take care, everyone.